Welcome back to the John and Linetia Show.
100% Romney free.
Oh, thank you, Black Jesus.
Black Jesus.
So crazy. Do you think Jesus would approve Samsung's verdict?
I think if he had a smartphone, that Jesus would have an Android phone.
He probably would.
I don't think Jesus would have an iPhone. You know what? Whatever. So yeah. So earlier this week in the U.S., apparently, or last week rather, Apple triumphed over Samsung in a massive lawsuit about patents, claiming that Samsung essentially copied lots of things about the iPhone for a lot of their phones, like the Galaxy and other phones. And Samsung was ordered to essentially pay like $1.2 billion. And Apple is basically trying to get those devices banned in the U.S. Now, Samsung's going to appeal. They're also going to end up starting to change things, especially the operating system things about the phones, so that, even if they lose the appeal, things wouldn't be banned. It would be different enough. But a couple of things about this, and some people are writing, what would the impact be, especially with consumers? I think the first thing to note is that this kind of like hippie, innovative kind of company, Apple, that that people have like grown to love, kind of like the anti-Microsoft.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this has got to pretty much erase all of that. They're not the anti-Microsoft. They're the new Microsoft. Okay?
New Microsoft.
They're the new giant, tech company that's in it for the money. And by essentially doing this, what they're doing, and what it starts with Samsung, and it'll go to some of the other competitors, the smaller competitors. Samsung is the largest, but ultimately, what they're doing is trying to eliminate competition. Because Android has been outpacing iPhone. It's not to say it's been making more money, because the iPhone is freaking expensive.
It is.
Compared to the Android phone.
Or anything that Apple brings out is freaking expensive.
Well, yeah. They're not terribly cheap.
No.
No. And so it's, there's that. The other thing, if you think about it then too, is that we're just talking about what is it going to mean to the average consumer, and in the end, coming up, later on, we very well may have higher prices for all these phones and these smartphones, and that we're all addicted to now. And I got to do my words with friends, and I gotta update my Facebook on my smartphone. So
I love my Facebook page.
I will say this: I do not own anything Apple. I have an Android phone. I do not have an iPod. I have I call it my iPod-like device, an MP3 player. The only reason I'm on iTunes at all is because of my band's music, to get them on iTunes. I don't make a whole heck of a lot of money. In fact, iTunes itself would not allow me to put in certain keywords for one song, my song "Boy Band Beatdown." It would not allow me. You can't search Jonas Brothers and find the song, which really sucks. So screw you, Apple.
Well, I have an Android phone as well. I am happy with my Android phone. I have no complaints, except for the battery, but that's a different story. I do use iTunes, but only for work purposes. Okay? And I did buy my husband an iPod because he wanted it. Okay. I have said since the beginning of time that I am not going to give Apple any money.
Wow, really?
I'm not. They are just a monster, and I'm not a hater. I appreciate the ideas that Steve Jobs had come up with, and he was a genius. He's a genius. Find something, that the public is gonna like, and you can make money off of it. Okay. Regarding Samsung, What Samsung needs is someone like Steve Jobs to just create ideas for them. They need a Samsung creator. You know, someone who's going to excel at coming up with new ideas and new plans and new whatever to bring Samsung back on top. I used to have a couple of Samsung phones, and I really did like them. There was nothing wrong with Samsung. But I mean, Samsung is not the only company that I've seen that that can copy things. I mean, I'm seeing different makes and models of cars, but they still seem to be on the same type of platform. Like they still kind of look like other cars I've seen from other companies, you know. And I mean, anything you can make a copy of it and put your own name on it, but you got to make it to where it cannot lead to believe another company is going to be able to sue you for their likeness. That's the problem here. Apple has made a lot of money. They've made a whole lot of money, and they don't want anyone trumping on that. And I understand that. I understand that part of it. But Samsung, they're just going to have to come up with some more ideas. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's got to be someone at that company, you know, who could say, oh, this is the new blah, 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 Samsung validation phone or something. You know, there's got to be somebody there who can come up with ideas, or find someone. These young people, they have all types of ideas.
Those young people.
Oh, my God. These young people,
they're so young.
They just know. They are.
They're so young.
They have ideas for things. You need to find someone who's going to do it. You can't steal other people's stuff and think you're going to get away with it.
I had a great idea. Okay, at one point I was looking. I've got a nice Canon 35 millimeter camera. Okay, it's a digital camera, and I was like, you know, it would be really cool with this camera if somehow I could incorporate a phone into the camera, so when I'm taking pictures, I can maybe also be on the phone. What do you think?
Well,
I mean, I think it's a $1 billion idea. You put phones in cameras
instead of the camera in the phone.
What's that?
That's what we already have out now. You do realize that, don't you? Shit. Need another idea.
All right. I've got an
idea. What else you got?
I was at home playing like Scrabble.
Okay.
And I'm thinking while I'm playing that, it would be nice if this were like digital, and also if there was a phone connected to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Or maybe some type of computer, laptop, or something.
Maybe. I'm not asking for much. Yeah. Maybe like while I'm playing, in case there's a phone call, I can just hit something on the Scrabble board or something like that.
You know, I don't know if that's original.
Oh, it's very original. I don't think it's ever been done before.
Yeah, I don't think that's original.
Nobody has ever kind of...
Any more ideas? Any more?
No.
How about this?
I think my camera phone is genius, though.
How about a radio on your eyeglasses?
You're ridiculous now. You're just being ridiculous.
That's just ridiculous to think about.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
All right.
Original ideas, people, please.
Yeah,
we know from the beginning of time.
I think what your idea is very close to something that Apple has got. I think they're gonna. I just got a text message. They're gonna sue your ass. So the Apple lawyer is on the phone.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. Hello, Apple lawyer. Matter of fact, are you hiring? Well, that's another story. Okay. All right.
We'll be right back after these words from 55-hour energy drink, now with 17% more meth.
You're listening to the John and Linetia Show.